Hey, fellas. It's
Fellas,
a Thursday, and this Thursday is called June 10th.
it's a good Thursday. It's gonna be a beautiful day today. I don't
That's
think it
good.
actually is, but
It's
every
probably
day
gonna
is a
rain
beautiful day for
again.
the fellas. Probably
Probably gonna. I'm
just like
alright with it.
just like Rudy Gobert rained on Ben Simmons' parade. But we'll get to that.
It was
What
never.
happened?
You're really gonna. You're really gonna.
No, 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 no. I just, I had to get you pepped up before we got on that
No,
subject. I
yeah,
had to
no,
get, I had to get
it's
your
true.
blood pumping a little
Now
bit.
I'm heated. I'm not even
No,
sure
no, no.
why.
We'll get to that in a couple minutes. We gotta talk about the sports that happened yesterday first.
Okay,
However,
okay.
Rudy Gobert may have kind of somewhat stolen a defensive MVP this season. Anyways, yesterday, Nuggets get absolutely crushed again.
Yeah, what
This
the heck? That was not
uh,
even
they missed the
close.
over by 3 points. No, 2 points. That's two nights in a row I've missed an over by 1 or 2 points. God damn it! I'm sick and tired of it. No more basketball under overs. No more. I'm
No
done.
more basketball.
Done.
Period. Playoffs are
I know
canceled.
I never know I
Y'all
never
couldn't
talk on the
behave.
show, but good morning, fellas. Good morning. Congrats on the free
Hey,
free week MVP right
you
there.
got that free week.
I
Welcome to
know who
the.
that is. Make sure you shoot us a DM on Twitter. We'll
Oh
get you
yeah,
after the
we'll
show. We'll
hook it
get you
up.
all
We'll
set up.
hook it up.
We'll get you all set up. We'll get you all
You're
set
gonna
up.
love it over there.
You are gonna love it. Um, but man, the Islanders, Sean. The Islanders. That future at plus 2,200. Now the future of Boston is gone now. That one's gone. I had that at
Yeah,
plus
that's
500.
fine.
So hey, I
You
took
got to
four
trade.
futures.
Yeah, you got to trade
Took
one.
four futures. Three of them are still good. Lightning, I got a plus 680. I got Boston, which is out now. I got Colorado at plus 240, which
Dang.
is not looking good at the moment. And then the Islanders at plus 20. Is it 22 or 2,300? And oh boy, I'll be excited if they win that one.
Yeah,
I am the biggest Islanders fan for the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Biggest
this
Islanders
one
fan.
was crazy.
Hey, told you. I told you. Any team in that East. Any team. Which is crazy too, because I think going into it, I think Boston definitely had the better chance,
Yeah,
even though Penguins were favored. But honestly, my favorite to come out of that group in the beginning was the Capitals. And
they're just
they were
gone.
nothing. They're just gone right away. So I don't know, man. East is crazy. So what are we gonna? We're gonna get Islanders Lightning,
Mm-hmm.
and then winner of Avs VGK, which kind of looks like VGK.
VGK is on the way, but
And then whoever
we'll have to
wins that
see.
series is just gonna sweep the Habs, so it doesn't really matter.
Yep.
Calling it right now. But
I
yeah,
dude. I could not believe that score.
6-2.
Yeah.
It was
Oh
it
man.
was a little bit closer than that, but honestly, the Islanders did dominate. They were up. They were up. It was 1-1 after the first, and then in the second, they just explode. I kept like refreshing the game, and it was like
Yeah.
2-1, 3-1, 4-1. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And then to
Three
start the
three
third, I
goals in
think,
the second to 0.
yeah, yeah. Hey, that's a good team, efficient team. That's all I have to say is like, hey, they might not outplay the other team. They they might not, hit. I mean, hey, game
New
five,
York
they got
Saints.
outshot
Like, what's
44
is
to
this?
19. Um, they may not like outplay the other team completely, but man, they're efficient and their defense clamps down, clamps down. Goalies playing well, defense playing out of their mind, offense is efficient. Scary team headed into the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's all I know. But yeah, yesterday was a decent, okay day. Baseball kind of crushed us a little bit. Baseball was just annoying. San Francisco losing OT or in extra innings. Hey, Yankees once again beat the Twins. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
You had that
I
one right.
missed I missed a parlay once again by about 2 points. It's fine. This one was for plus 1,000. It's fine.
No, whatever.
Missed one yesterday. Missed one 2 days ago for plus 600 by 1 point. Missed one yesterday by 2 points for 1,000. It's fine. It's all good. We're fine. Um, but moving on with our day for today, uh, I do want to talk about Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, because however, even though Rudy Gobert probably is the best defender in the league, which hurts to say because I really don't like that guy.
It
And
just man.
And even though I just, man, this was the one year where I was like, maybe Rudy doesn't win it this year. Like maybe he really doesn't. But once again, and hey, as a non-biased, non-Philadelphia fan who watches a lot of Sixers games, watches a lot more Sixers games than I do Jazz games, I will say that. I'm kind of surprised that Ben Simmons didn't get more votes than what he did. What
Yeah,
was it,
here's the thing, man.
91 to 15? Like, come on.
We just like look. When it comes down to it, there was never a second I thought Ben was actually getting it. So I'm not particularly upset. Just because
just get closer.
But he always deserves to be. Every year he's been in the league, he's deserved to be closer. And for some reason, he, despite being in every like measurable way, one of the best defenders on the court at all times, guarding any position. That's the biggest thing. It doesn't come up in the stats, but he spends about between like 15 to 25% of his time guarding every position on the floor.
Yeah.
Nobody does that. He's insane.
I mean, I've seen him switch on big men. I've seen him take on Trae Young. I've seen him
He will play.
He really does take it all.
For every minute he spends guarding a center, he could also be guarding a point guard. It's insane. No one else can do it, but it doesn't come up in the stats. He isn't just a guy getting boards and blah. But do I think he deserves it? Probably. I think he does things nobody else can do. But there was never a point I thought he was going to get it.
My problem with Rudy is my problem with Rudy is, hey, super good defender. Like, can't take that away. As much as I don't like the guy, as much as he annoys me, as much as he plays on a team that I don't like, very, very good defender. Always has been a very, very good defender.
3 blocks a game, and even 3, which is pretty crazy. But
when you're 7 foot, I mean,
yeah.
But at the same time, like the other game when he's dropping rebound, like literally rebounds are falling off the boards in his hands, and he's bringing the ball down and losing them. That's the kind of thing where I'm like, that's not a defensive player of the year. That's just a guy who's really tall and stands by the basket and gets a lot of blocks. Like, it's not. I don't know. I think he does deserve. I think he does deserve it. I just think that there should have been a lot more of a controversy on this one. Like, Ben should have definitely been closer, and maybe that's just because this is the first year where I've truly watched Ben play defense. Because I know that all Sixers fans think that he's been Defensive Player of the Year for the past 4 years. But this year, I truly did think that Ben. Just saying, he probably deserved that one. Because I watch Rudy, and he's just like, his defense is not as effort based as Ben's is. Like, his defense is just because everyone knows he's the Defensive Player of the Year, and I don't know. I just think Ben deserved it.
I agree. I think at this point, it is more like the reason that. I mean, dude, every time we watch a Jazz game, it's like, oh, here's Rudy Gobert. He's the reigning DPOY, and he is really ready to play some defense today and probably do nothing else. He's ready to get
25 boards.
Yeah, he's ready to be
3 points.
Yeah, he's ready to go 6, 3, and 14 again. Like, all right, thanks, Rudy.
Thanks,
whatever.
Rudy.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. I just think that it should have been closer than 91 to 15 or whatever it was.
I wanted to compare Ben Simmons and Mr. Gobert there. I was just going to look up some stats. You ever just, and then you Google something that just is not helpful at all? Like, I just typed in the word stats, and I was like, now how is that going to help
every number that's ever popped up ever.
Give me all the data, dude. I need to
Give
absorb
me every data ever. But yeah, so... Too bad for Ben Simmons. I think he deserved a little bit more respect than that, but good for Rudy Gobert for.
Yeah, what was the voting results like? Was it not even close?
91 first place votes for Rudy and 15 for Ben. I don't know about second place and all that, but yeah, it wasn't close.
I'll take it, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least he got some votes. At least he was second, like he should be. If he wasn't second, I'd be like, come on now. But he got second, so. I found an interesting article, not to just jump ship off NBA completely, Let's jump it. Found an interesting article this morning because the headline had Tim Tebow in it.
Yes. Love that
And
guy.
it was just talking about like actually the opening line. The Jacksonville Jaguars signed Tim Tebow, and everyone lost their dadgum minds. The first line on ESPN. It says it seemed outrageously unacceptable that the Jaguars devote the training blow to a 33-year-old, blah, 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 blah. But apparently, this is not the first time this has happened, where someone takes some kind of celebrity or person that probably shouldn't be in a training camp and puts them in a training camp.
Interesting. Oh, this is
Yeah, I know this
fantastic.
is a
Oh, I'm
great little
excited
find.
to
This
hear
is a
this.
great
Like,
little find.
great.
The last time it happened was 2004 on the Minnesota Vikings. Brock Lesnar tried out at training camp. You know
Really?
Brock Lesnar is the
Yeah.
WWE
Wait,
UFC guy.
Yeah, when was that?
2004, because he lives in
Oh, that's why
Minnesota.
I
He
was
lives
a
in
little
Alexandria,
baby.
Minnesota. Actually, it wasn't that far from where I grew up. And everyone knew where Brock Lesnar's cabin was on the lake because it was just the biggest thing ever. But yeah, in 2004, he wore number 69 in training camp. He had a 4.7 40-yard dash, a 35-inch vertical. He benched 475, squatted 695, and like was just an absolute tank. He, in wearing number 69, Lesnar appeared in preseason games as a defensive tackle and a cover man on kickoffs. His most notable moment, though, was getting involved in a series of fights with Kansas City Chiefs offensive linemen during a joint practice. At one point, Lesnar ripped the helmet off a Chiefs player, and after being sent to the sidelines, stirred nearby fans into a frenzy.
Oh, man.
Ultimately, the learning curve proved too steep. Lesnar went back to wrestling and kept pushing areas to dominate. So this man literally brought the WWE to the football field in training camp, ripped a dude's helmet off,
Except
tried to kill him.
Some poor Chiefs O lineman was really he was like, "You kidding me? This is my life," and then just
rips his helmet off and was like, "Say it." 1963, George Plimpton. I don't know who Plimpton is.
Not at all.
He was a writer at the time who helped pioneer immersive sports journalism.
Cool.
In other words, he just kind of figured it was a good way to report on something. This is back in 1963, so it's not that impressive. 1982, Ronaldo.
That's just imagine some dude sitting there. He's like,
imagine Adam Scheffner just going into training camp and be like, I just want to report from the inside.
Yeah, no, Ian Rappaport is just like sitting there, and he's like, "Ah, man, I'm already the ultimate insider. But how can I get more inside?
How can I
and then it's just
deliver?
And it's just him in pads, just like standing there, like, all right.
He sits on the edge and takes on Khalil Mack, and he's like, I want to feel what it's like.
I'm gonna join the Packers so I can know why they won't want Rodgers back. Then I can write a million articles on it.
But 1982, Ronaldo Nehemia was a track star, set a world record in the 110-meter hurdles.
Ooh, hurdles are tough, man.
Apparently, Washington figured it had the inside track on signing him, given Nehemia's time as a University of Maryland student. But the 49ers swooped in with the first contract guarantees in franchise history.
Wow.
He was the first San Francisco 49er to ever get guaranteed money. And they got him as a wide receiver.
You said 82?
Back in 82.
That's interesting. I never knew like the timeline of the contract guarantees and such. That's interesting. That's later than I would have thought.
Hello?
Oh, dude, I was about to be marveled at how incredibly still you just were staring. But okay, you were frozen. I was gonna say, okay,
that
you
was
must.
The weirdest.
You must
everything
be reading.
Just.
I was about to say, dude, you must be
Everything
looking at
like
something
stopped.
really interesting. Cause
I don't know. All right, are we back here?
yeah, I think we're fine. I mean, from my end, it seems like we're good.
Jesus, everything just really went crazy there for a second.
You were in the middle of reading, so it just looked like you were intently staring at some
like,
word. You were just on the edge of your seat.
A word I've never seen before. But apparently he struggled with drops. He blah blah blah. His speed really wasn't that good with pads on, and he got knocked unconscious by a hit a year later. He ended up playing 40 games over 3 seasons, caught 43 passes for 357 yards and 4 touchdowns.
That's funny because that's literally like the 3 things that you could say, like, dude, why doesn't the fastest person in the world doesn't just go out and run real fast?
That's why he dropped the ball.
Well, they probably can't catch. They probably can't run with pads. And they probably can't take hits. Yeah. Like, those are the 3 reasons that they probably wouldn't work out.
So, but back in 1969, Jimmy Oops Hines.
Oops.
Yeah, played for the Miami Dolphins.
That's a good start.
He was a gold medalist at the 1968 Olympics. Sweet. Hines was the first man to break 10 seconds in the 100-meter dash.
Dang.
And that was super intriguing at the time.
That's
we're combined 7. So it was the Dolphins' 3rd year of their franchise. They were combined 7-21 at the time. So they're like, fuck it, we'll take anyone at this point. He had never played football before. After assigning him the number 99, the Dolphins found out that he couldn't catch the ball with any consistency. They didn't give up on him, however. After all, you can teach people to catch, but you can't teach people speed, or so they thought. Hines spent the 1968 season on a taxi squad. He made it onto the field for 9 games in 1969 for the Dolphins and 1 for the Chiefs in 1970. He finished his NFL career with 2 receptions for 23 yards, 1 7-yard carry, and a 22-yard kickoff return.
That's efficient, though. What is a taxi? What is a taxi squad? Is that like practice squad? Except
I think it's pretty bad. Like the backups to the practice.
Oh wait,
practice squad. Like if a practice squad guy gets hurt, you might see the practice squad. I'm not totally sure what a taxi squad.
Because I want to make a guess that it's because you can't ride on the bus and you have to ride behind the bus in the taxi. But I'm not. But I'm not sure.
You might be right. You might be right. Well, you figure that out. 1965, Bullet Bob Hayes played for the Dallas Cowboys. Some of these unorthodox experiences have actually worked, it says. To be fair, Hayes had more football experience than most of the other track stars at NFL teams. He had been recruited to play football at Florida A&M, where he was also developed into an Olympic-level sprinter. Both used skiers' rights. He joined the Cowboys in the summer of 65. Hayes' speed was the talk of camp. It was like he was melting. He was so fast, someone said. He could catch 2. Defenders couldn't stay with him, and they lost ground in even the shortest routes. Hayes led the league in touchdown receptions in both 1965 and 1966. His speed changed the game, requiring defensive coaches to sharpen zone defenses and sparkling an intense scouting search for speed from any source. Hayes was inducted in the Pro Hall of Fame in 2009, having finished his career with a telling average of 20 yards per reception.
Holy.
So, Tim Tebow could be the next Bullet Bob Hayes.
And you know,
56 years later.
I mean, to be fair, the man was also an NFL quarterback who won playoff games.
Yeah.
So he's already at an advantage.
Yeah, he's actually, but I feel like, today you can't just have like Brock Lesnar or Bullet Bob Hayes come in the league. You could. Wrecked. Maybe.
It doesn't seem to work because the Eagles tried to do it with that O-lineman from Rugby World. And
yes, that did not work.
Despite the mammoth of a man he was.
I feel like that would be so hard to be an offensive lineman if you've never played before.
Are you kidding?
What a skilled,
that could be the
talented position.
And it's the most awkward position because because
you're going against the biggest, most athletic guys on the field every single play while you're undersized
backwards.
And overweight.
Yeah. Every other position, at some point, you are trying to
go forwards.
On the O-line, you are just taking. And there's so much strategy
against the most athletic people on the field. Like, I don't care if Brock Lesnar's can run a 4.7 40 and is massive. Like, I guarantee whoever he was lined up against, Brock Lesnar is literally a defensive. Like, that is the guy that you're going against. Yeah, Brock Lesnar. Like, it's unbelievable.
Could potentially be. So want to hear the taxi squad thing is kind of cool. Just found out. It's pretty neat.
What is a taxi squad? Enlighten me.
So,
I don't know what taxi
1940s, Paul Brown, coach of the Cleveland Browns, invented the taxi squad, which is a group of his scouted players who were not making the roster. The reason it was called a taxi squad is because the team's owner, Arthur Mickey McBride, put them on payroll for his taxi company. They didn't work for his taxi company, but to like get around, I guess, some money stuff, he paid them through the
Just
taxi
completely
company.
laundering.
Yeah,
money
completely
through his
just
taxi service.
completely. Yeah, and then
just openly laundering money through his taxi service.
yeah, but that was essentially the practice squad until the.
So that must have been like a common thing around the league.
Yeah, it was
like,
it was a
to,
common
like, launder
thing.
money through like taxi services
Yeah.
or something.
Yep.
Interesting.
I guess so. And then in '65, they
Interesting.
actually incorporated it as a real thing. That's funny. I
Wow.
did not expect them to actually be employed by a taxi company.
So yeah, Tim Tebow has some odds to go against because Brock Lesnar tried to kill someone on a field when he tried it.
Yeah, but
George
Tim
Plimpton,
Tebow is a man of God.
George Plimpton probably died. Oh wait,
Yeah, well,
hang on. I actually didn't dive into any more of the George Plimpton thing because it was a writer, and I didn't think. So he started pitching NFL teams on training camp invite as a last string quarterback to give him material for a book.
That's cool.
Plimpton found a taker in the Lions who hadn't been in the playoffs in 5 seasons and wouldn't go back for another 8. The book was called Paper Lion, in which Plimpton demonstrated the wide gap between amateur and professional athletes. So the coaches and executives knew that Plimpton was a writer and what he was doing, but he told them not to tell the players. I'd like to be thought of just as another rookie.
Respect.
Roselle
Oh, look at that book. That book's probably interesting, man. Oh, it seems like there's a film based on it. Maybe.
And hey, he actually inspired another project. Stefan Fatsis convinced the Denver Broncos to let him kick in their 2008 camp and later published a book titled A Few Seconds of Panic.
Wow.
So, interesting. He's not the first one to ever do it. There's actually someone else who did it. As a
watch
kicker,
this
not
movie.
as a quarterback, but yeah.
There's a
That's interesting.
1968 sports comedy film of the same
So,
name.
hey, Tebow, it's looking up for you. You're not the only one. Even though he's actually had an NFL career, so it's not like
Yeah.
that out of like I don't know why we're comparing it to people that literally have never played football, but
Yeah, I mean,
it's been done before though.
it's more like a quarterback going to wide receiver, probably, if I had to compare it to something that happens pretty frequently. But
The
who
Brock
am I
Lesnar
to-
one, the Brock Lesnar one makes me laugh. That one's
That's
hysterical.
I didn't
This
know
man
that. That's
literally
so
got
funny.
like one try and just
And
ripped
it
someone's
went
helmet off and almost killed him.
exactly how you'd expect it to go.
Exactly. He had so many roids just pumping through his body that the first time he got touched, he's like, "I'll kill you!" Rips his helmet off. Oh man,
That's good
that was
stuff.
that was a cool little stint when he went to
Yeah.
the UFC. That was a lot of fun to watch him. He was actually really fucking good.
He
for
was
a little bit. He was really, really good. But yeah. Also, staying on the topic of football, Deshaun Watson is back in the news. I mean, I don't think he really ever left the news, but now it's not for the 22 cases. It's actually that he could end up on a team. Deshaun Watson could actually end up on a different team right now. So the report is, hang on, let me find it. Let me get back to it. Where is it? Headline reads, Houston Texans QB Deshaun Watson wants to join Denver Broncos, ex-teammate says. So apparently,
All right.
so Deshaun Watson, who has requested a trade, has multiple lawsuits alleging sexual assault, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. They're out there.
Wants to join Denver Broncos, former teammate Kareem Jackson said on a podcast. Now listen to this little sentence or paragraph here. I've got a great relationship with Deshaun Jackson, who plays for the Broncos, told former NFL player Aqib Talib on his Catch and Fades podcast. I've been talking to him the last couple of weeks, man, and like all he's been telling me is like, Jack, just tell him like that's where I want to be. He's like, I want to be in Denver. So Deshaun Watson, unless this guy is completely lying, one of his friends, which I highly doubt, apparently Deshaun Watson openly would love to be on Denver, which then strikes the question. I thought Aaron Rodgers would
Yeah, I was about to say. Now,
so if I'm Denver right now, I am like, ooh,
Now call me a
You
conspiracy
telling me we could get
theorist.
Aaron or Deshaun?
I think Denver is looking to sell some season tickets,
Oh, yeah.
and they have a real good
Oh, yeah.
PR guy. He's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, yeah, we're in the running for Russell Wilson too. He might-
Did you hear that guy Did you hear that guy Tom Brady? I think he's coming to. He might be coming to
He's a
Denver.
little, yeah. There's a bunch of drama down in Tampa. He's gonna come
Rumor
up here.
has it, Patrick Mahomes hates Kansas City and really wants to come to Denver.
Yeah, he's a little. He doesn't have a lot of front office input down there. They've been, they haven't been drafting anyone too good. Wow.
No, but if this is true,
That would be
if this
interesting.
is true, if Deshaun Watson truly does want to go to Denver, and Denver truly is thinking about signing Deshaun or trading for Deshaun, this makes things really interesting because this definitely affects the Aaron Rodgers thing.
He makes more sense there than Rodgers. First of all,
He does.
I like him as a fit there a lot more.
If I'm a Broncos fan, God, I would way rather have Deshaun Watson than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough.
I mean, it's a
because,
26-year-old versus a 30. What?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that wrong.
Old-ish.
Old.
Aging.
Very older.
But,
yeah.
And it's like, man, the Deshaun Watson, if he was on any kind of a better team, would have very well been in MVP conversation last year. If he was in the playoffs, he'd be in MVP conversation. He led the lead in yards. Like he was very much.
He already kind of was in the like.
Yeah, I think the only reason that he wasn't more seriously a competitor
is because they couldn't win a game.
Because it really came down. It was really like Russ, Rodgers, and like Derrick Henry at the end. I'd say.
Yeah, I mean Patty Mahomes.
Oh yeah, and Patty.
Yeah,
Patty was always there. I forgot.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, he's definitely like an MVP caliber. If he's on a better team, I bet he could win an MVP. He has the talent. He has the skills. He needs the wide receivers.
It's just that's honestly a very tough question. Would you rather have right now today Deshaun Watson and Aaron Rodgers on your team? I think.
Man, I mean, if I'm Denver, I'm like, I don't fucking care. Get me either right now, kind of thing.
Right.
But if beggars could be choosers, I think I'd rather have Deshaun Watson at this point.
I think
which is
for
crazy
Denver's
to me
case
to not want the MVP of the league, but like age, you could get him for probably 4 years or something like that. Yeah. And as soon as if Deshaun goes to Denver, they're immediately no longer in rebuild phase. They are a playoff caliber team. They're ready to go playoffs.
I don't think they're in Super Bowl. So that's the thing. I think with a team like Denver's. I agree. They're not gonna. If they add Deshaun Watson, they're not in rebuilding. They're in. Let's shore up the line. Let's shore up the defense a little bit, and then we can go for it. So
they would remind
me
of like
the
Vikings of the like. They would remind me of like the Vikings of the AFC. The Denver would become the Vikings of the AFC. Good team, solid foundation, has all the pieces there to be a good team, but you're gonna get to the playoffs and you're gonna play someone that's just.
There's just gonna always be a better.
There's always going to be a better team, and you just don't have enough talent to upset those better teams. Like you just don't.
Or you could do. You could probably get to conference final, but it's just no.
Maybe
can't get. There's just too many playoff games.
Yeah, there's just too many and too many good teams.
But yeah, so if you can get him for 4 or 5 years, and then actually rebuild and expect to have a Super Bowl window like 2 years into that contract, then yeah, I think for Denver's case, Deshaun makes more sense there. But if I'm like, I don't know, if I'm in New Orleans, that's honestly, it's a tough spot to have a really good surrounding team.
New Orleans dug themselves such a fucking hole. They can't.
They can't.
No. On another QB.
I'm just saying completely theoretically in terms of what roster would immediately be Super Bowl contender with Aaron Rodgers.
Think about if the Saints before this, like the offseason, hadn't signed Taysom Hill to a $150 million contract, didn't already say that Jameis was going to be the starter. Like,
yeah, if they got to be in that, well,
if Saints just left it open for a new
the
QB,
mayor of New Orleans was out on Twitter campaigning for Russell Wilson. I will say, you remember that? Yeah, she was like, "Hey Russell, we love you here. We love your work ethic." She was like, it was a personalized message to Russell Wilson. But yeah.
Man, I think they really. If I'm a Saints fan right now, I'm like, God damn it, we.
I'm not. Hey, I'm interested to see Jameis. I really am.
I am
I
too.
also don't understand the Taysom Hill thing. I think
No,
it'll
that
be a
was
thing.
oof,
The
that's an
only
ugly contract.
It's not that bad though. Every year is voidable. They could cut him tomorrow and not lose a single cent.
Really?
Yeah. So
Does it go against their capital though? It's got to destroy their
probably
cap.
it's really team friendly. I am
Okay.
surprised he signed
Which is
that.
probably why they did it. I mean,
Yeah, because then it's like, okay, you have him for a year. Well, we test out Jameis. If we need to put him in a QB, we put him in a QB. He's still a gadget guy. Then next
Yeah,
year, if
but
you still like him, still like
I'm
as
sure.
soon as it's not worth it, you can just
I'm
out.
sure Taysom Hill looked at that though, and he's like, "I'm never gonna make $30 million in a year for the rest of my life."
Right,
ever,
exactly.
so
He's like, if I
goddamn,
can
I'm
do
gonna
it for
sign
this
it.
one
Like,
year,
yeah,
as
like
long
I don't
as you
even
don't
care.
cut me this preseason,
This
I'll
year,
be
yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, 30 million to rack in for 1 year when you're gonna be a third string quarterback and like just a role player in the offense. Yeah, I'll
Right.
take that shit all day long. He's getting paid more than Jameis, right?
Uh, that's a good question.
I think he
Let's.
is.
I think
Honestly,
straight up for the year, yes, but I believe Jameis will probably
end
actually,
up
yeah,
making.
Jameis is on a really friendly contract. Dude, I'll say it again. I really like Jameis Winston here. I don't know why, but I just feel like
I mean, hey, he got his laser eye surgery. He can see now. He's got some.
I feel like his last season, his 30 for 30, if you will,
Yeah.
was really blown out of proportion. Jameis Winston is on a 1 year, $5.5 million contract. Just
Damn.
so we all know.
And the backup to him is making 150.
And yes, so he is. I had to scroll down on the depth chart of contracts, whatever you want to call it. Very far to find him. I did not have to scroll as much. Okay, you know what? Taysom Hill's only a $12.1 million hit for this year.
Interesting. They must
it's
have
complete-
signed him. His signing bonus must have been crazy then.
Yeah, he would probably. Yeah, if you're gonna have every year voidable, he better have had a good signing bonus.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, but Jameis Winston, his last season, yes, was 30 for 30, and people do forget about the 30 touchdowns that came with the 30 interceptions. But I can see how 30 interceptions would be a little off-putting. I can understand.
Basically, just tossing it up there and hoping one or the other catches it in the end zone.
But the whole narrative of him being super bad decision. If you look at every other season he's played, he's never had more than like 12 interceptions. Like he's a very normal quarterback. Almost every other season before then, it was very strange how the narrative immediately turned for him, because his his touchdown interception ratio, basically every year before the big time 30 for 30, was insane. I'm trying to find it here. Yeah, I mean, where's like TD? Okay. So yeah, 2019 was the 33 tuds, 30 interceptions. Year before that was 19 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Year before that was 1911. Year before that, 2016 was 28 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. Year before that was 22 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. It isn't a constant.
He's not terrible.
Yeah, and
those aren't bad numbers.
And those were not on great teams. I was on a 6-10. There's a 6-10 team there. There's a 3-10 team there. There's a 7. This will be the best team he started on. I'm pretty sure.
I will say though, because the Saints are looking kind of like Minnesota did when we had Case Keenum.
Mm-hmm.
I will say though that the Saints aren't going to win games because of their offense. Not for the next couple years. They're going to win games because of their defense. Their defense is that good. Their defense is incredible. Cameron Jordan will eat people alive. Their defense is just gotten better and better and better and become a staple. Now, when you have a defense like that, like the Vikings had when they went to the NFC Championship and lost to the Eagles.
I remember.
I remember. The reason they were so good that season is not because Case Keenum was throwing 4 touchdowns a game. It was because Case Keenum wasn't turning over the ball. True. He only scored, I think, 20-something touchdowns that season, but he only turned the ball over like 3 times before the NFC Championship game, or like 4 times all season.
Yeah.
And what does that allow? It means your defense gets good field position and blitzes the fuck out of the other team, and that's what the Saints do too. So I will say that, like, the Vikings would have been better with Case Keenum than they would Kirk Cousins, just because our defense was good and our offense was never.
But
offense was good enough to take us where we needed to be, and the defense got the rest of it. Like,
But if you had
I
the
think
same
that if you
defense
air
you
that,
had with Case, all the same health, same dudes, same age, in a completely theoretical thing, and you just plug Kirk in there, you don't think
I
you
think
would
we're
have?
worse.
You think
I
you're
think we're worse
interesting?
because our defense was good because we could blitz on first down. Because every single time the other team got the ball, they were inside their own 20. Because we either punted inside their own 20 or we scored a touchdown. Because we were just efficient. Like, we just didn't turn the ball over. So even if we didn't turn the ball over and punted, they were still inside their 20, and we blitzed on first down every single time. And that defense was nasty. They got minus yards almost every single time on first down because you just blitz the shit out of them with one of the best defenses. I think the Saints are going to be the same thing, and I think that they need an efficient quarterback, not a quarterback who's just going to air it out. That's just my opinion, but we'll see.
Well, here's the thing.
Because he could go off this season.
I think so. I think there's a lot of potential there. The Saints' offense was not that bad, even with Mr. Drew and his little arm was kind of dying a bit. They still were 12th. They're not great, but they were 12th in yards per game.
And they got weapons.
Yeah, they have really good weapons. The main thing is they were averaging 142 rush yards per game. Shout out to Alvin Kamara, who I think somehow is underrated. Somehow that
I don't know how, but it still seems like he is, honestly.
It's like, I feel like if you haven't, like, I don't know, if you have him in like fantasy and you're like, yeah, sick, dude, he gets so many points. But like, if you haven't really watched a Saints game in a minute, like, go watch him out. Like, the dude's vision and just his movement is unlike anything. That dude, I feel like he takes one step for every other player taking three. He is insane to watch. He's like a ghost.
Yeah, no, he explosive, fast, elusive, smart.
Everything you can say about a guy, man. So yeah, they were 6th in rush yards per game, and that's without quarterback rushes. That's basically. Oh, and they have Latavius Murray too, who's a nice second back there.
That is a very good backup. Yeah, should be fun. Speaking of Texans and Deshaun, you mentioned that little D-Hop was not so impressed by that Julio trade.
Yeah, he was not. I like.
Which, if he didn't know that he already got undersold in his trade, like, hey, no shit. Dude.
I thought this was funny. I thought this was funny because I feel like everyone in the world is saying it except for the dudes in the trade. But I'm glad he signed it. I'm glad he finally said it. Because it's always, I think, and it's always the point is like, do you really think that you can find someone better in the first round than Julio Jones? Like, do you really think that you can draft a better player than Julio Jones?
Yeah, I don't even care if he's 32 or 30. Like, no, you can't.
No, like, exactly.
That's a if once you can in a get lifetime
like
kind of
player who can play better than Julio Jones for 2 years, you think? Probably not. Like, I think Pat McAfee was talking about this was his argument for his this will beat everything. He's like, I think he said some like 14% of second round picks make the Hall of Fame. Julio Jones always makes the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, Julio Jones is already in the Hall of Fame.
So he basically said he thinks the teams have misjudged them both in their value. He said that they're not worth first round picks. That the first round picks are better than us. I would like to see a first round pick who could do what Julio and myself do. Hopkins said. He's just the receiver groups coming out of college are a little bit more advanced than I was back in my days. Even though I had like however many touchdowns, 15 or so touchdowns, said Hopkins, who caught 18 touchdowns in his last year at Clemson.
Oh no, I scored a lot. I
scored like 15. Who scored 18?
No, and D-Hop can't even be saying that wide receivers are better skilled than what he was because the dude went through. The dude is the only person I've ever, and I don't even know if this is statistically true or not. He's the only guy I've ever heard of that went through an entire season where every single ball that touched one of his fingers was in his hands. He literally dropped 2 seasons ago. Not one. Yeah. That is not possible. Larry Fitz has never even done that. Yeah. And he's one of like the most anti-drop people in the history of the league. He's dropped like more passes than most wide receivers that have ever touched the field have caught. Like it's absurd how good he is, yet D-Hop is better hands.
Dude, his whole thing is so passive aggressive. He gives a shout out to Justin Jefferson. He says like, you got guys coming in like Justin Jefferson who just came in balling as a rookie. Some guys can do what we do, but I'm surprised. Because I know I was only coming off a first team All Pro, so I kind of figured I might only go for a second rounder. But I was surprised that a guy like Julio would only go for a second rounder.
What a fuck.
I was only coming off a
Just taking
first
shots
team
at
All
people
Pro.
and jabs. Um, and hey, this is a hot take, and I know that no one else thinks so, but D Hop's the best wide receiver in the league. Ever since that season where he didn't drop a ball, he's been the clear cut number one for me, and
Yeah,
he
but
will be until he
wasn't
retires.
last year.
Don't care. There's
Okay.
it's quite literally like that is not possible. Ever since I saw that stat,
No,
I was
it's
like, he's
not.
the best. And what he did on the Texans, even though he was
Yeah.
triple and quadruple covered, and still got away from people and
No,
still managed to be
he was
there.
amazing on the Texans.
That dude is a fucking menace on to any defense, and he will always go down as my number one until he retires.
Oh yeah, and he
had
never had anyone throwing to him. It was absolutely.
Yeah, most of his career he hasn't had Deshaun Watson.
And I think a lot of people might think he had like a down year or something last year. No, he had 1,400 yards.
Yeah, he was nuts last year.
He had 1,400 yards.
No, that dude is unbelievable. What he can just his hands are nuts, and then he backs it up with being able to create space and everything. And I'm a fanboy, so like I'll take my bias and walk with it. But that dude is unbelievable what he can do as a wide receiver.
You can't keep him out of the top 3 100%.
You
In the least spot, like
if you don't have him in your top 3, you haven't seen D Hop play enough.
And Julio better be one of the two in front of him, or else you're not making any sense.
Who would be the top 3 wide receivers that you pick right now? Julio, D Hop, and
dude, probably
Diggs,
mm,
Devontae.
Probably Devontae. He's up there, man.
See, the thing is, if I saw Devontae do it with another quarterback, I'd probably put him there. But Diggs has done it on 2 different teams now. Like, literally went from one of the best wide receivers, moved teams, and then got even better.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I don't think of Diggs as an elite wide receiver, but he truly is. Like,
no, he's absolutely top 5 right now. I mean, he had a complete breakout year too. Like,
suck my take. A little hopped in the chat. Adams, D Hop, Reek. Devontae Adams, D Hop.
Oh, true, Tyreek in there.
I don't think I can put Tyreek in there. I can't put Tyreek in there. I can put him top 5. I can't put him top 3.
I mean, Diggs was the
Devontae
receiver.
Adams. Is that in order, Braxton? Is that Devontae Adams 1? Interstellar is a top 3 move. Yummy foe, I fucking hate you. Get out of my chat, Yummy. Devontae Adams, D-Hop. So Devontae Adams is an interesting one just because of how explosive he is off the line. Like nobody, and there's multiple corners who say like, so yes, in order. So he has him Devontae Adams 1, D-Hop 2, Reek 3. You don't even have Julio in there? Interesting. I don't think I can put Tyreek there. He's just not versatile, I guess, which he doesn't need to be because he's so fast. It really doesn't matter. But like he's never going over someone's head and mossing them.
True.
That's interesting though. That I would have to like sit down and really think about my top 3.
Well, and it's always a question like based just on last year, because if you're basing it just on last year, then you don't put Julio. Then you don't put Julio in there.
No,
he was hurt.
Yeah.
And then you definitely have Diggs in there if it's last year at 1,500 some yards, insane.
Is that Braxton? Braxton said highest contested catch rate since 2018. I think he's talking about Tyreek, maybe. Which is pretty. Hey, that's pretty incredible. Actually,
did you know Darren Waller was 4th in receiving yards last year?
Yes,
I did not know that.
I didn't know it was 4th. I knew it was top 10.
Because I knew Kelsey was on pace to almost get first for a while. Darren Waller finished ahead of Kelsey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, he has been incredible ever since he came in the league. I remember watching what's the thing they do in the offseason that follows teams around? Why can I not think of it? Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks, yeah.
Yeah, they did Hard Knocks with Vegas the first year they went to Vegas. and Darren Waller was like a rookie that year, and they kept highlighting him. I was like, this dude's gonna be nuts. Like, he's gonna be crazy good. And then he ended up just popping off.
Oh, dude, that was receptions, not yards. That makes a lot more sense.
Oh, receptions. Okay,
That makes a lot
more
more sense. But still, very impressive.
It is impressive. Yeah, he was getting like 12 receptions a fucking game.
Dude, I mean,
absolute fantasy football nightmare.
Justin Jefferson is gonna be there. He's gonna be in that conversation.
I don't know, man. They got a year of film on him now. We'll see. That's always my thing. Man. When rookies come in, I always have to give them that sophomore year because there's so much film on him now.
He's too good anyway.
Yeah, but he has Kirk Cousins throwing to him.
Exactly, dude.
Actually, Kirk, I cannot say shit about Kirk.
I mean,
he is absolutely
he is the most average quarterback in the league.
No, I'd honestly put him way above average. I put him as
most average starting quarterback.
I see, but his stats are good. Like, as much shit as Kirk Cousins gets, and he does fumble the ball a lot, which does not normally show up on a stat sheet, which should, because he does fumble the ball a lot. He turns over the ball. But Kirk Cousins is not, man, I have so many people who are like, oh, how about that contract on Kirk Cousins? I was like, you mean the $28 million that most QBs are now making over that? Like, fucking Taysom Hill's making over that.
We gotta stop making a big deal of that contracts because we've seen in this offseason they literally don't even matter.
Like hey, I'll
agree.
Let's
just make it a signing bonus now. Okay, fine.
I'll agree.
And nothing changes.
At the time, yeah, I'll agree. At the time, was not the smartest decision. I would have rather have kept Case Keenum on for a couple of years, seen what he can do, considering he proved himself. But hey, if you make it to the NFC Championship, and the whole narrative is if you just had a better QB, you'd have made the Super Bowl. Well, as the Vikings' dumbass ownership and GMs, because they are, and they always listen to the fans, even though Minnesota fans know nothing. Yeah, Kirk Cousins was the right choice, and he hasn't even played bad. He's been one of the best QBs every single year he's played for the Vikings, statistically.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree.
I mean, it doesn't hurt that he's had Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, and
Justin he has had
and Kyle Rudolph and Dalvin Cook and
insane backups, but he has also been running for his life for most of the time there. The line hasn't been great.
He has had no O-line, and that's why we do play action every time, because it's like, get that man the fuck out of the pocket, because he's going to get killed if he stays
as soon as he turns around, as soon as he comes out of that action, he's looking at a big man.
Getting blasted every time.
Wow.
Well, what else do we have to talk about? We got about 5 minutes till the bets. We went right through the break.
We just went right through that hour.
Through that.
Wow, dude. I mean, I had some baseball anger that is brewing up, but maybe we should cut to break and then bets and then get to the baseball.
Hey, man.
Post bet.
That's up to you. Braxton, are you still in here? Get your ass on the Zoom. We need to talk about some baseball. Braxton, if you're in here, you're going to get your ass in here. Just let me know. Shoot me a message. But yeah, let's kick it to a break. And then I think bet's next.
Okay, we'll conclude. We'll conclude with the MLB saga because this has been a long-going thing. And that'll be a cool way to cap off the day.
Yeah, we have, for people who really don't know a ton about the MLB, we have sure been talking about it a lot. And this is strictly just as fans, too, because, like, the MLB is crazy this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. So many scandals, so much shit going on.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Okay, we're going to kick it to a longer break, probably like 4 or 5 minutes. Be back here at 11:01-ish for bets.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you drop. If you are commented, make sure you do. That's a free week of VIP just sitting there for you.
In the chat.
That is just a free week of VIP sitting there for you.
Free money.
Don't be dumb.
Just do it. We'll like you. We'll be like, oh, thanks.
Right. We'll see you on the other side.
Bye, fellas. fellas, we're back.
It's betting time.
It's betting time.
All right. We are going to start with the NHL.
As per the usual.
It is my favorite. We have Golden Knights Avalanche Game 6 elimination game for the Colorado Avalanche.
This
Who'da
should be
thought?
a great one, dude.
Who'd have
This
thought?
should be.
Vegas at home getting minus 137. Colorado on the road getting plus 118. Vegas Golden Knights getting 55% of tickets, 73% of money. Huh. Interesting. That is an ugly line.
Who would have thought we'd see the Golden Knights at minus 137 in this series, right?
Not me.
I
That's
would,
for damn sure.
Nor
That
me.
was not on. No, did not see that one coming. This line did open up as a pick'em. Both opened up at minus 108. And it's gone the other way. I'm guessing because of
Interesting.
betting has slightly slanted that.
Mm.
I think everyone's just kind of betting on the home team in the series. I think that's just kind of the stigma in the series is, hey, take the home team. I think that's what the line's reflecting right now.
Yeah.
Man, you get Colorado, and this is the same exact thing that happened yesterday with Boston and the Islanders. Do I think the Golden Knights win? Yes. I think they do win at home. I didn't think that a week ago, but from what I've been watching, what I've seen, Vegas is damn good right now.
Yeah.
However, same thing with the Islanders yesterday. Now, the Islanders are at home yesterday, so it's a little different. But the Avalanche are a damn good team. Probably the best team all season long. And they're plus money. This is exactly the Islanders were the exact same line yesterday, and we said the exact same thing. It's just too good of a team to be getting plus money.
Yeah, I agree.
Do I think Vegas wraps up the series at home? Probably.
Most
However,
likely.
I'm not laying it on Vegas. No way in hell. No
Yeah, you
way.
can't forget about the team that the Avalanche was coming
not-
into this series, and you can't.
Yeah.
And they're fighting for their life in the playoff right now, and you can get them in plus money. If you want value at least.
Yeah, I'm just saying for a value standpoint, if you're trying to be reasonable and not lose money, don't bet on the game.
Yeah.
Don't bet on the game. Do not bet on this game.
But the Avalanche will be one of the most talented teams you'll get at plus money.
Yeah.
So
there's very few teams, that are in this situation, and the Avalanche are one of them. Plus money, you take them. That's just how it works. Sorry. Even if you don't think they win, that's where the value is.
Yeah.
And we're value bettors. We're long-term bettors. We're value bettors, and this is the kind of shit that you take.
Okay.
AKA the Islanders yesterday. Exactly.
Something's wrong with the upload speed. I'm
Yeah,
sorry
no,
if there's
I'm losing some
buffering,
frames.
boys. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm trying to fix it.
What's going on here? What's happening with our internet?
I don't know. The download's fine. Something about it says we're healthy right now. Oh, never mind. I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
buffering
well,
a bit.
Bear with us.
yeah.
Bear with us, fellas. We're
We'll
sorry.
power through, but okay, hold on. Might just have to.
The tech guy in the back will figure it out.
Bro, I'm the tech guy in the front.
The under/over is set at 5.5 again. I really don't have a play. It looks like the under is getting hit a little bit, which makes sense. But yeah, I don't have a play for that one either. This series is too unpredictable. Both goalies are too good. Rugby said, "You sound perfect, but the video is lagging." So that's fine. They can hear us.
That's good.
That's good.
The words are
We'll
important.
we'll get it figured out here shortly. But anyways, the words are important. So 5.5, really don't have a play on that one. I just don't have a play at all in this game. If you want to sprinkle on the Avalanche, that would be my idea. But other than that, this is a tough series. Tough series. Good teams. I'm just excited for either one of these teams to sweep the Habs in the next series, and I'm going to lay all the money on it. We have 2 games for the NBA tonight. Thank God it's not just one. We have Jazz getting minus 3.5. Actually, let's go to the other game first. At 7:30, we have Bucks Nets. What the fuck is this line? What are we doing?
If you don't take the Nets here,
am I missing something?
No,
Now, Nets are getting 68% of tickets, 70% of money. So
as
we're
they
not the only
should.
ones. Am I missing something here? I could have sworn the Nets just blew out the Bucks 2 games in a row. I could
And
have sworn I saw that.
remember the line was what was it, 3.5 last time again? It was very similar if it wasn't
It
4.
started well. It started favoriting the Nets, and then with everyone hopping on the Bucks, the money went to the Bucks, and then they ended up getting like
Oh
-3
my god,
last
wait.
game.
I'm sorry. I did. My brain wouldn't even allow me to think that that was Nets plus 3.5. I thought it was minus 3.5
No,
again.
Nets plus 3.5,
What
not
on
minus.
earth?
This is the Bucks getting favorited against the Nets. Am I just now? James
No.
Harden's out again,
Yeah,
but he was the last game, and he only played 1 minute of the first game, and they won by 8, and then they won by 40.
So is it Bucks are home now? But man,
Bucks are home now.
is there
God, our
like
stream is really struggling.
I know. I don't know
What
what's
the hell
going on.
happened?
Well,
All
that
right,
didn't.
Wi-Fi.
It's not. I don't think it's.
As long as they can still hear us.
Yeah, it's definitely
We're sorry for the technical difficulties.
Dang.
Go to your OBS and
I'm
lower
messing
the
with the bit rate. I'm messing with it.
Okay. Maybe just put it back to where it was. I don't know. It almost looks worse now.
Yeah, that was worse. This isn't bad. This isn't bad. Are we looking? I just got green on here, so we might be chilling now. Yeah, we're only dropping.
All right, they can hear us. That's all that matters. You don't need to see. You don't need to see our the.
I got the healthy notification.
Right.
We should be chilling in
we're
a
good.
sec.
They can hear us. Let's move on. All right, Bucks getting -3.5 at home. Looks like the sharps are on the Bucks, and it looks like this line actually may move to 4, because +3.5 on DraftKings is Eddie Bellamy. We're all good. All right, everyone can hear us. Oh wow, hey, everyone just hopped in the chat real quick. Everyone who just hopped in that chat,
Hey.
I know you just said we can hear you, but hey, if you just commented, make sure you shoot us a DM on Twitter, because
Yeah, true. That's
all those people,
Hey.
all those people just got themselves free weeks.
You earned
Eddie,
that too.
Free week. Todd, free week. Rugby, free week. Sid, free week.
We'll even get one. We'll get one a yummy foam, maybe.
Yeah, we'll get one a yummy film maybe. But +3.5 on DraftKings right now is -108, and the Bucks are getting -3.5, -112. So this could move. This could move to -4. It could. Now probably not with the money on the Nets, and if it does move to -4, you better slam the fuck out of the Nets.
But why is all right? Yeah, I'm just gonna take that now. Excuse me, because I don't want that to move an inch. I want it right the way it is.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why we wouldn't.
I can't.
Money line getting 88% of tickets on the Nets, but only 44% of money. Man.
Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot I could take a money line too.
You can take them plus money at money
Dude,
line.
what the?
Guys, like, hey, not calling it a lock, not calling it anything.
I'm gonna take him like -4. Hold on.
Yeah, at home. Like, I get it. I know. I understand why the line is what it is, because if you went into the series, this line would make sense. However, the Nets are just fucking good.
Nah, man, I'm not giving them
they're-
that credit.
they're
What is
playing
this?
electric.
What is this?
Hey, Vegas does weird things sometimes, right? This line does not make any sense. And normally when lines don't make sense, Vegas is up to something fishy. Just saying. But god damn, you better not bet on the fucking Bucks tonight. Please, God, nobody bet on. Even if you don't, I don't care if you don't even bet on this game.
Just for the record,
bet on the Bucks tonight. Please don't do that.
If you want to go ahead and do the full fade to Nets -3.5, that is +200 for them to win by 4 points.
Oh, give me the -6 at +300 and call it a fucking day.
-6 is it's 295 right now.
Hey.
Dude,
I just don't get it. I honestly don't get it
on this one.
I don't get it. And now maybe, God, I'm trying to find any angle I can for the Bucks on this one, just so I'm not like one-sided and with the public and doing everything that they're doing. But guys, this line doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. And I think Vegas put in plus money because the public normally doesn't like playing plus money. They like putting they like taking parlays on money lines for whatever, and that could be what they're doing, but God, it would be so fucking obvious. And normally Vegas is a little bit better about hiding their shit like that, but It's just Nets, and we're moving on, It's just Nets. I'm sorry. It's just the Nets. We're taking Nets. That's just all it is. 10 o'clock, Clippers Jazz. We're moving on.
Wow, I can't.
Yeah,
I
I
can't
just don't want
move
to talk
on,
about it
dang
anymore.
it.
I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to sit here
Also,
and act like I know everything.
under looks really good. By the way,
What is that? 230.
234.
Yeah.
It was the last 2 games were 239 and a half, 238 and a half. Wasn't even in. I don't even think it hit like 225. Like they've been under. I think I like that.
10 o'clock. We have game 2. Jazz getting -3.5. Clippers getting +3.5. Last game really surprised me. I was expecting the Jazz to come out a lot stronger. Now,
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert also missed about 30,000 rebounds that got plucked out of his hands, which was sick because we had 14.5 over and he only got 12. But it's fine, or 13, whatever. It's fine.
Hate that.
But I don't see that. I don't see it happening again. Tickets are pretty much split. Money's pretty much split 50-50 on this one. I would think the Jazz are good enough to beat the Clippers by more than 3.5. From what I saw from the Mavs series, the Jazz came back and won by 3 the last game. You would think that they could cover this. My bet will not, I'm not necessarily saying I'll take a bet on the Jazz, but it will not be on the Clippers tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't lay money on the Clippers on the road after seeing what they did with the Mavs. Like, I just can't. I can't do it.
Yeah, I think I agree. And the Jazz, they cut it way too close last time.
Can you tell me why
anything, I think it would have to be Clippers money line. If I was going to take one thing on this game, but I don't even think I'm going to take anything. Maybe the over as well.
Can you tell me why?
Probably not.
The Clippers money line is worse odds. Clippers +130 money line against the Jazz, and the Nets are +135 against the Bucks.
Up 2-0 in a series with KD and Kyrie Irving.
I don't get it. I don't. It's confusing me, and it's making me not okay because I don't get it. I'm nervous about it because it's like
they're trying to get in your head. Don't let them get in your head.
They're getting in my. They're
don't
doing
let
it.
them get in your head. Come on. Don't let them get in your head.
I'm trying not to, but they're doing a good job of it because it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Vegas knows. I know, Sid. Vegas knows. They know things. But I'm hoping that they're just trying to deter people by putting them at plus money because people just don't like putting plus money bets down. I'm hoping that's why.
Oh, God. That's stressful.
God. That is stressful. All right. So Nets +3.5, Jazz -3.5. That's where I'm sitting at tonight. I know you said Clippers.
I wouldn't take the spread, though.
There.
I wouldn't take the
spread.
spread.
I wouldn't take the spread. Okay.
But if I like that. I don't know. If
the Clippers come within 3.5, they should probably win the game.
I like the over as well.
You like the over?
Yes.
I've been hammering the over on the Jazz. It's been working pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. Over 222.5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very many.
Also, the under is getting 87% of money, so over might be a play on that one.
I'm trying to just real quick. Oh
man, why is the line? I like a pick'em. I would have felt so much better if this game was just like a pick'em. I'm like, oh, yep, Nets 100%. And now they're sitting at plus money. I'm like, what happened? Why? What am I missing here? And I truly don't think there's anything. I cannot find an angle that reasonably says that the Bucks can beat the Nets by more than 4. I can't find an angle.
Not at all.
Even if Giannis drops 40, 10, and 12 tonight. And Nets still are going to win.
Yeah, hold on. We got some plays. I'm going to, besides what we put out, I'm going to get freaky on that Nets Bucks game.
So James Harden and Jeff Green are out.
Okay. Bro,
Clippers.
If KD's got his legs strapped on and Kyrie's got his hair all round, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm gonna get weird.
That line just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry.
When you have something like that, you can get so weird with that because you could probably take.
If you're someone who enjoys big plus money plays, Nets -3.5 would be, or Nets -2.5, Nets -1.5 even.
3.5's 200, 5.5's 300, something like that. So take a look. Not official advice, but definitely check it out. You don't
Yeah,
get lines when you get lines like this. That's when you got to go for look at the spreads.
Yeah, you gotta take advantage.
Yeah.
Hey, Vegas makes us pay all the time, so it's time to get them back. And if they do fuck up this line this bad, man, that'll be a beautiful plus 135 money line.
I might do a little. Here's something for the people. I was thinking of doing a little.
I don't like how everyone's stacked on it though.
No.
I don't like that everyone
Dude,
agrees.
Honestly, with that line, the fact that it's only 70% is honestly kind of nice. Because if the Nets,
yeah, I mean,
plus 3.5 should be 100% of the public.
To put it in
100%
perspective,
of the money.
yeah, to put it in perspective, the Jazz when they were getting minus 9.5 against the Grizzlies were getting 97%. Just to put that in perspective. So
And the Grizzlies
yeah,
had a game.
I'll take the 70%.
Insane.
All right, we're gonna talk about MLB, but we're gonna bring someone on who knows a little bit more about MLB than we do, rather than just talking about the entertainment of how scandalous this league is.
But boy,
and reading lines and
it is scandalous.
It is scandalous though. Like 1 minute, stay on. We'll be right back. Take to a break real quick. We'll get our guy in here. We'll be right back. Promise.
Just not even a break, just a
and WNBA tonight, by the way. So stay tuned.
As always, always. Cannot not have that the WNBA.
Of course.
That's our signature. Hey fellas, we're back.
Oh, we
We're
got
here.
baseball boy here today.
Hey, you know, baby, we right here.
All right. I'm just gonna sit back and watch Suck My Take do his thing because boy, this he's got the numbers, he's got the stats, he's got the everything. I'm just gonna run through games and you tell me what I need to know. All right.
All right, give me after.
What do the fellas need to know? All right. First game today. What is
Got
it?
some
12,
early ones.
12:35?
Yeah.
A couple early ones today. Brewers Reds. Reds at
Yup.
home. getting minus 103. Brewers on the road getting minus 113. Looks like the public is stacked on the Brewers. 80% tickets, 83% money. What are we doing? What are we doing?
I like the Reds here, honestly. I like
let's
the
go.
Reds a lot. This offense has been humming. I know Freddie Peralta's putting out some big numbers this year. I got him right here. He's got a 2.25 ERA, 0.875 WHIP, and 12.9 K per nine. So, buddy's ripping. But
Buddy's ripping.
dude, he is nuts. But he's running against Reds offense, who, you know, they've seen him a couple times. They like what he's putting out there. Castellanos, 5 at-bats. He's got 4 hits with 3 doubles. Slash line, 800, 833, 1400. OPS
God, these stats.
2.233. And an ISO is 600. So Buddy just rips Peralta apart.
So for those of us who have no idea what you just said, can you enlighten what all of that means? Also, can you tell me why everyone – no, so we've got this thing on the Fellas Show where we hate betting based off the starting pitchers because I think it's the dumbest thing you can do, and I see it happen all the time because Garrett Cole can go out there and pitch 8 shutout innings, and then his bullpen will let up 10.
Well, yeah. I mean, the Brewers, that's a team that obviously their starters are going to go pretty deep because they're all nice. Peralta's great, but then they also got a great bullpen. So if you are throwing out there a starter like Peralta, you're starting Woodruff, Burns, then you got like Hader coming out of the pen. So they give you 7-8 good innings. There's only a couple innings in there for you to make your mark. But if you got guys on the other side of the Reds, like Castellanos, Barnhart, Winker, like they're absolutely tearing the cover off the ball this year. And so I usually look more towards total base bets because easier for me. But I think the Reds are in a groove right now. They're ripping the cover off the ball. I mean, they just beat the Brewers 6-1 yesterday, something like that. And the Brewers can't hit for shit. They cannot hit. So we're going up against a team that can't hit with really good defense and pitching versus a team that can't pitch versus shit offense. And so that's when I look at individual matchups. And this is where the Reds take over because there's no one on the Brewers I even made a note about. But I got 2 guys here on the Reds who I'm like, you know, they kind of ripping the cover off the ball every time I see Peralta. So
I might
have to look at the Reds a little bit here.
All right, so Reds. Are we going team total or just to win?
I would just take them to win.
All right. So that's a minus 103 on DraftKings right now at home. Reds.
Yes, sir.
All right, 12:35, second 12:35. God, early games today. I gotta
Very.
Fuck. Dodgers getting minus 235 on the road. Pirates, dog shit team on home getting plus 200. Sharps are on Pittsburgh. However, Dodgers getting 96% of tickets and 97% of money. Enlighten me, Braxton. What are we? I mean Dodgers, right?
The Sharps are going to be on the Pirates because of a value play. That's all it is.
Yeah.
The Pirates are getting way too good a value. You toss a little bet on there, you make some money. Dodgers, the Pirates are a minor league baseball team. They've missed first base, twice in the past week?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Okay, so I saw the first one, right? And I was like, wow, like that was pretty bad. And to follow it up 2 days later with the same shit, I'm like, how, dude, that everyone should be fired. Every single one.
Immediately.
Tatis should be the only, they're just like, oh God, so bad.
The worst part about it was that was Cabrian Hayes missing first base, their number 1 prospect, one of the best prospects in the major leagues. But he was expected to win NL Rookie of the Year, and he just misses first base.
Dude, I couldn't believe when I saw the highlights of that. I was like, this is not professional baseball. Like, this is not professional baseball.
Oh yeah, I'd hammer the Dodgers that day, so I was kind of getting after it when I saw it.
That's funny. All right, 105. I know you had a play on this one. 105 Braves Phillies. Braves getting plus 125 on the road. Phillies minus 148 at home. I personally don't touch Phillies unless they're at home. And this series, so the first game of this series, we went on Phillies over, hit that by a half, and then we did Braves yesterday and didn't hit that. But man, I feel like the Braves defense is so fucking bad that
it's
they're just
terrible.
gonna get it's gonna be 8 to 10 runs.
Oh yeah,
every
and
single
then
game.
Their defense is horrible. The only caveat is that Freddie Freeman and Acuna, they kind of touch up Wheeler. So if they can get Wheeler out of that game early and get deep into that pen, we all know the Phillies bullpen is just terrible.
Oh yeah, so bad.
And so Wheeler's, their ace, 2.51 ERA, 9.35 WHIP, 10.9 strikeout per nine.
Those stats mean something, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they do. They mean a lot. They pretty much just mean my man is an absolute hoser down there.
All right, good to know.
But then
So
Freddie Freeman and Acuna are beating the hell out of him. They got OPSs over 1,000, which is just like, I think there's 3 people in MLB with an OPS over 1,000 right now. Vladdy, Tatis, and Castellanos. But yeah, no, they tear the cover off the ball. I think that the Braves can get Wheeler out of there early with that little 1-2 punch, and then it's all up to the Phillies bullpen, and that has lost me more money than I care to comment about.
So what are we doing? Are we taking Braves? Are we taking Braves over? Are we taking game total over?
I'd probably lean Braves full game. I'd have to see the juice on their team total. If it's 3.5 juice to -150, I'm not touching it. But if it's 4.5 hovering around even, maybe even plus odds, I'll take that.
All right. Heard it here first. Over 6.5. Braxton Beal. 105. What's the next game? 110. My favorite underdog team to bet on. The Mariners are on the road, -103. Tigers at home getting -114. Tickets and money are completely split 50-50. Braxton, what do we need to know?
I'm done betting on any Tigers game, anything they're involved in. I can't win money. My roommate, who's a Tigers fan, will come and shove it in my face every single time, and it just rips my soul out.
Who in their right mind is a Detroit Tigers fan?
Oh, he's from England.
Wow.
And he picked Detroit for his team.
You could have anybody.
Gross.
Right?
You could have
Pick
anyone.
anybody. You're a free agent.
Hey, props to him for not taking the Yankees.
Oh, yeah, he's diehard, too.
Hey, props to him.
You should see him trying to defend Jared Goff.
Wait, so he's just like a Detroit fan through and through?
Detroit fan. Lions, Pistons.
And he's from England.
Hey, I'm with them on the Goff thing. I'm with them.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Sean's been talking about how good Goff's going to be this season for every damn show that he gets brought up.
Dude, Goff. I don't want to get off baseball.
Hey, suck my take. For the first time, this show hit 10 concurrent viewers for a little bit.
Wow.
Hey, I blame.
First time.
I'd say suck my take. I'd say it's because of him. Let's go. But yeah, okay. So we're just staying away completely here. I got a little. Yeah, all right. You know what? I'm taking the Mariners tonight. I'm leaning Mariners. They are my favorite dark horse team. They come in. I am Jordan. Hey, we have people in the chat too. Iron Chef Wentz got himself a free week.
Oh, dude, and he's spitting some facts about the Twins and the Yankees at this point.
Oh, yeah, no shit, dude. Like,
I got some numbers for that Yankees.
All right, perfect. Because dude, for the past 2 days, and I'm like, if you don't bet on the Yankees against the Twins, you are a dumbass. Yeah. That team has owned us for 2 decades.
It's gonna get worse today.
Oh, it is. It's gonna get worse every single time.
I would take alternate line Yankees -6.5.
Sean, what did I say yesterday? I said take Yankees -7.5, and it would have hit yes. No, they got only 1 by 5.
Late
right?
comeback.
Damn! I literally said I was like, take Yankees minus anything. Like it doesn't matter. And then I'm gonna get this name wrong, but Meyer Pohl. I am Jordy. Hey, that one's got himself a free week as well.
Dude, congratulations, man.
I got some work to do after this holy shit. Anyways, that was a 110 game. What time do we got next? Hey, fellas, Beast Boy here. Oh, that's Beast Boy. Nice.
Hey.
All right, what time's the next game, Sean? I'm missing it here. 110 and then the 7:10?
7:05.
7:05. Oh.
Giants.
Giants are getting +150 on the road. National. So Max Scherzer's got to be pitching, right?
Yep.
That's got to be the only. Okay. Yep. And you know the fellas, we love betting against those ace starting pitchers, especially Sean, because there's no more sticky fingers. There's no more sticky fingers for the aces. Max, what are you gonna do when you don't got extra little pine tar on you, huh?
Well,
Giants
spider tack.
Little spider tack, huh? Giants getting plus 150 on the road. Nationals minus 177 at home. Looks like Giants getting slightly favored on tickets, but Nationals getting favored on the money.
So
Boy,
Giants were off yesterday, right?
Giants lost to the
No.
Rangers in
Yeah,
11
they did.
yesterday because I took
Okay.
them money line. But hey, I'm under the impression that I don't understand why the Giants come in at such good odds every single time and where they're clearly like a top 5 team in the league. In my mind, probably number 5. Every single game they come in, they're no higher than minus 40. They get plus money all the time for no reason at all. Plus 150 for one of the top teams in the MLB. I don't care who they're pitching against, unless his name's Jacob deGrom. I'm taking the Giants.
I mean,
what
to be
are we
fair,
thinking?
I want to go with the Giants because Nats just coming off a little road trip down in Tampa. They went to extras last night, deep in extras. They got through their bullpen. That was a high scoring game.
Yeah, what was it, like 9-7 it finished?
Yeah,
or
9-7.
like
I know because I had Rays.
Yeah, so did I. I had Rays minus 1.5. That one
sucked.
hurt a little bit. Dude, I got slammed by the MLB yesterday.
Always
12 days
happens.
for MLB yesterday. But yeah, I think anytime, honestly, Giants get plus money, I'm pretty much on them.
Yeah, I want to see
I
the
feel like they're too
lineup
good of a
card.
team.
Make sure Posey's behind the plate and everything because
Yeah.
little resurgence here for Posey. I mean, we probably should have seen that coming after he gets a year off last year. Let those knees heal up. Now he's just
Yeah,
killing
the guy
it
can
again.
actually walk again. Might
Yeah.
be able to play baseball a little bit better.
And then Brandon Crawford, he was touching at Max Scherzer. I was looking at some stats today. He's only got like 4 at-bats on him, but I don't think he's gotten out against Scherzer.
Damn. I mean, hey, I love betting against good starting pitchers. I think it's one of the best things to do in baseball because the lines are always jacked up, and then that bullpen gets in there and just fucks up everything the ace does. And if the ace has a bad game, they're already screwed. Like if your ace has a bad start, you're done. Like you're not winning.
Giants can hit the ball if they can get to Scherzer early and get into that pen.
Yeah, because Nats bullpen has not been impressive this year.
Oh.
They have let them down many, many, many times. Rockies on the road. All right. We love talking about the Rockies on the road because we did some research on this last week, Sean.
Yeah.
They are so far ahead on track to break the record for the worst away record. And the weirdest part is they're so good at home.
Yeah.
They're sporting well over 500 at home.
Yeah, every other team that was in this conversation was equally bad at home. They were just a bad team.
Yeah, no.
I don't.
When we look back, it was
going on here. It does not make sense.
What are they at? 5-23 on the road and 20-14 at home. So what was it, Sean? The worst away record ever sported was like 20% win rate.
Yeah, it was like 20 point something. Right now they're at, what would that be?
5 divided by 28.
Like
Anyone know off the top of their head?
Yeah.
5 divided by
28.
17.8% win record on the road. Now, when we looked at those other teams, they also had equally bad record at home.
They were also all like in the 50s.
Yeah. It's been like 70 years since someone's been this bad on the road.
That mile high air, man. Need it.
Rockies on the road getting plus 185. Marlins at home getting minus 225. People are stacked on the Marlins. I know why. I don't think the Marlins should be getting minus 225 against anyone, to be fair.
No shot. Jazz Chisholm, he's nasty, though. I love him. But there's a 11-mile-an-hour wind coming straight in Colorado. So that mile high air might be getting beat down a little bit. I'd examine the under in that game.
Right.
I guess not mile high. It's
in Miami, but still 11 miles in still makes a difference.
So, I'd consider the under here.
I normally like grabbing the under in Marlins games anyways. I feel like they're bad. Their defense is better than what I think people give them credit for, and their bats just aren't anything special.
I got about 3 people in their lineup you got to worry about, and if they aren't hitting, who cares?
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
other 7-10 game, we have Astros Red Sox. Astros on the road getting minus 106. Boston at home getting minus 112. Basically a pick 'em at this point. Looks like tickets are stacked on Astros, but money is stacked on Red Sox. So
Well,
completely split on this one. I took Astros yesterday in a parlay. That was beautiful. But yeah, I don't know what to do with these two teams. I feel like they're pretty evenly matched. And anytime I see Astros getting good odds, I normally take them if they're not stacked on, which it looks like they're not.
I know you love some starting pitcher talk and everything like that.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
I'll get you with Eduardo Rodriguez, starter today for the Sox. It's got a 5.59 ERA,
Oof,
1.41 WHIP, and 9.4 K to 9. So he's a trash can, just a walking human garbage can.
Trash can. Like this,
He's
this
gonna
boy's
get
gonna
lit
get
up.
yarded.
And Carlos Correa is gonna be doing it for him. 9 at bats, 6 hits, a double. He's hitting 667 average, 750 on base,
geez.
770.
Oh,
1.528 on OPS.
so that man's on that hand-eye coordination PED.
Yeah,
he's telling me he's just popping
beating
Adderall before he gets on that plate, and he's like, "Watch this shit."
Yeah, he's beating the shit out of the ball. He's beating the shit out of Eduardo, bro. I think if you want to take a little bet on Carlos Correa taking my man deep today, don't hate it. Don't hate it.
Nice. You know odds on that? It's gotta be decent, right?
They're usually around 380 to 420 or more.
Nice. All right. I'm like, hey, I love me some plus money plays.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all my total bases are almost always plus money. The ones I do.
Really? That's nice.
Plus
so who are we taking? Astros or Sox here? Astros.
Astros
Light
won
'em up?
last night. Sox got deep into their bullpen, giving up the 8 runs. I would think Astros today. I think they go back to back in Boston.
I like it. And they decent odds, -106. I'll take that all day. That's a 7-10 game. What do we got next, Sean? 8-10?
Yep. Blue Jays, White Sox.
Yanks and the Twins, baby. Let's
Or Yanks.
go.
Oh my God.
Twins at home getting +123. Yanks on the road only getting -141. 80% on tickets Yanks, 80% on money Yanks. I don't care.
No.
Twins can't beat them. They just can't.
No.
As a Twins fan, trust me, there is no team in this world that I hate more than the New York Yankees. And there's a reason why. Because for my entire life, ever since the Billy Bean curse started, which, by the way, it's a real fucking thing. It's a real thing. Ever since the Twins beat Billy Bean, the Moneyball team in the playoffs, we have not won a playoff game. Not once.
Oh, yeah. I've lost a lot of money on you guys.
Hey, I've lost a lot of heartache and just mental illness to that fucking team. Trust me. But no, if you ever bet on the Twins against the Yankees, I will strike you down. Because you are just not smart if you do it. Give me Yankees -5.5. Call it a day. Don't care what the odds are. Give me the Yankees.
Especially with J.A. Happ on the mound. He's an ATM. Every single time he's on the mound.
Why did people think that he was going to be so good coming this season? I'm like, he's not that good. He's really not.
I guarantee you he gives up 2+ home runs today.
People were talking about this season, the Twins are going to have like such a good starting rotation. I'm like, J.A. Happ is a fucking spitball can.
Dog water.
Kenta Maeda is regression 1,000% because he can't pitch better than what he did last year. Pineda isn't eating roids for breakfast anymore because he's going to get tested. So he's shit. Like, no.
Rip Nelson Cruz, man.
Rip. That man is going to die in 5 years because of how many steroids he eats every single day.
Just wakes up, rips a line of them, and then just
rips a line of them, then goes to practice, rips another line, then right before he gets on the plate, takes about 5 of them and just walks up there and just cranks them out.
Munching them.
This man, I love Nelson Cruz because he's been the one bright spot in the Twins for a long time. This motherfucker hits 3 home runs one game and costs me money. That motherfucker.
Oh, his neck is so fucking thick. I can't get over it.
Like,
that thing, like if he tried to hang himself, he'd just be dangling there like Danny.
This man just gets off the field and does shoulder shrugs until he gets back on the field and then just blast the ball. Oh, God. I love the man, but Jesus, take it easy on the roids, man. Holy shit. It's basically the only thing keeping him alive at this point. What is he, 95 years old? He's just a Scarface over here just living off drugs. Only thing keeping him going.
You want to hear some Aaron Judge stats versus J.A. Happ? This might brighten your day.
Yeah, Please tell me how many times he strikes out every game because he's a piece of shit.
So in the 10 at bats that judges had against him, he's got 1 double and 3 home runs. He's got a
And that's a guy who
1.6
misses the ball like 99% of the time too.
and he is beating the hell out of J.A. Happ. Same with Stan. 2 home runs, 2 doubles. Like,
Oh, just give me the Yankees all day.
take them both base total. Take them both hit home runs. One of them's hitting a home run today.
I like it. And don't forget to take Yankees minus 10.5.
Yeah, Yankees minus. Ask your book what the biggest spread.
What the limit is on the spread for the Yankees Twins game, and whatever it is, hammer it.
It can be like that Braves Pirates game the other day that was 20-1.
Oh yeah, absurd, so absurd. Chad Kuhl is the biggest joke in the starting MLB pitchers. I love fading that guy so much.
Oh, it's so bad.
8-10. Another 8-10.
Yeah,
game.
also
Blue
8-10.
Jays on the road minus 113. White Sox at home getting almost plus money, which means they are definitely not going against a lefty today. 54% on White Sox, 71% of money. So a little bit of stack on White Sox despite the underdog. What do you think? I mean, a righty on the mound, I don't want to take him already, but
The thing is, I think the White Sox are such a talented team and everything.
hey, whoa,
but
they are facing a lefty. Hang on. They are facing it.
What?
Joe's on there. Doe's on the mound.
Let's
Hyunjin
go.
Yo against Dallas Keuchel.
We got a
and
lefty.
Keuchel, that's a Keuchel. He might get Vladdy out of that groove. Bunch of ground balls. Don't let Vladdy get it airborne. That's gonna be real tough not to bet on the Sox today.
Blue Jays are so hurt, too. I didn't realize how many people are out for Blue Jays.
Tony La Russa should just go get another DUI, crash his car. Just please go back to jail, dude. You are ruining this franchise. Like, they're so good. And Buddy just will not let them be good.
It's unfortunate.
God.
Go back to.
Hey, I love betting on the White Sox. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
betting on the White Sox against lefties.
Mm.
And at these odds, oof,
Looking like a great play.
sharps are on White Sox. Money's on White Sox. I don't know, man. Might have to be a White Sox kind of day. Are we taking team total over, or are we just White Sox to win?
That's always my problem is with the team total overs.
Oh, and I always pick the wrong one too. Either my team
Right?
wins 2-1 and I picked over 3.5, or my team loses 9-8 and I picked them to win.
I would like to side with the White Sox, but I don't know if I'd hit. I mean,
It's got to be like over
Jays-
3.5, right?
Yeah, the Blue
Decent.
Jays, their pitching's dog water. Their rotation is just pure catch up. Like, they are just not good.
Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm leaning White Sox tonight. I love taking the White Sox. They have done well for me this season. Only one game left on the slate, Sean, right?
Yep.
The Kansas City. Oh, we got Braxton's team, the Kansas City Royals. Hey,
Oh,
Braxton.
bet the A's.
Hey, we should pull up a little tweet from you just not too long ago that said, Kansas City Royals are in first place. How you feeling, hey fellas bets? And I said, just give me a couple of weeks. I'll tell you how I'm feeling when your team's right next to mine.
Hey, at least we're not last in the division, damn it.
Hey, yeah, well, what a weird spot that would be in. Kansas City Royals on the road, getting plus 130. Athletics at home minus 150. Stacked on Athletics, 78% of tickets, 84% of money. So the public even knows that your team's shit.
Yeah, I'd say that's a good bet.
Minus 150. Maybe take a -1 in there.
I mean,
Money line it.
as long as Mondi doesn't play, and it's still Nicky fucking Lopez, the worst player in the major leagues at shortstop. He is so goddamn bad. I think he's had like one hit in his last 30 at bats, and that was when he chopped one 2 feet in front of the plate, and it just went up so high that he could get to first before the pitcher caught it. he is dumpster. And so if Mondi isn't playing and it's Nicky Lopez is short, you just have to bet the A's. There's just no other way around it.
Well, you heard it here first.
And then our bullpen's dead. Angels just kind of ripped us a new asshole
Yeah, holy
and sent
shit.
us down on our way.
The Angels just said, hey,
Yeah.
we're really bad, but this team's a lot worse than we are.
Mike
We don't
Minor's
have
on
Mike
the mound.
Trout. We don't have basically anyone that means anything on our team, but we're still going to just fucking piss pound the Kansas City Royals.
But there's an 11-mile-an-hour wind going straight out in this game. Both pitchers whips above 1.2, ERAs in the mid to upper fours, K to 9 ratios under 10.
And it's only 8. 8's the line.
Yeah, I like thinking about this over here.
All right. I'm on board with that. I like that. Normally, I like taking overs in Kansas City because either their bats are going to fly or they're just going to get fucking pounded.
We're going to get dog walked in this game. I'm not too excited to watch it. Mark Canha against Mike Minors, 15 at bats, 6 hits. He's got a double and 3 homers. Against Minor, he's hitting 400 on base and a 106.7 slugging. His OPS is 1.467. ISO is 667. So look for Mark Canha to get a little total base prop. Wouldn't mind a home run on him either.
Interesting. Good enough. All right. Well, I've been enlightened in baseball, that's for sure. Braxton, you're going to stick around for a little WNBA, though. We only got about 10 minutes left, and there's only one sport to talk about. I know how much you love your WNBA.
Obviously, I know so goddamn much about the WNBA. I watch it every night. Really just engraved in my mind about just the pure athletic ability and dominance from some of these women is outstanding.
True. Hey, I got a Sabrina Youngstu jersey on its way right now.
She is a bucket, though.
She is a bucket. She hasn't been playing that well the past couple of games, which kind of disappoints me. And the Liberty haven't played in like a week. But man, I'm ready to see her again. She started out hot, but she is a walking bucket. I'm
trying to get some future bets on New York Liberty, but
Connecticut
no
Sun.
Books offer them.
Connecticut Sun, it's a good one.
The
It's a good future. They're at like plus 700. Anyways, we got one game tonight. LA Sparks on the road getting +6. Mystics at home -6. Looks like the public is stacking on the Mystics a little bit. This game came out as a pick'em and then went to 6.
Bro, who got hurt?
That's what I'm trying to say because I know the players so well. I really know how much of a difference it makes with injury. Oh, yeah, that's a problem.
Sounds like it.
Agua Mike. I don't know how to say that last name at all. She averages a lot of minutes. She's played in 5 games, 16.4 points per game, 7 rebounds per game, and an assist per game. She's out tonight for the LA Sparks.
That'll do it.
Her sister, Chiny Agua Mike, also out, 9 points per game, 5 rebounds per. She's 6'4", 9 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 2 assists per game. She's also out. What else we got? These could be. See, the Mystics got some injuries too, though. Sydney Weiss is out. I actually do know that name. I don't know. This is a tough one.
I know, and I don't know.
Ariel Atkins out too.
Dude, I don't know any of these people.
Ariel Atkins is a baller. She gets 18 points per game, 3 rebounds per game, 3 assists per game, 1 steal, 1 block per game. Okay. She's a baller. She's 5'8" guard. She's a killer. She's gone tonight. I don't know about this one. Belladonna is still out.
I know in the NBA, I don't pay attention to the injury report while I look at it, and then I decide
really don't.
Who I'm going to bet on based off who was injured, because that number is usually inflated to the other side. So I always take the side that's inflated. But I mean, if both teams have injuries all over the place, I don't know how that affects.
It came out as a pick'em. That's the weird part. I don't know why it would have dropped 6 points, even though after coming out as a pick'em. Because I mean, the injuries are big, but both teams got some injuries. Both teams got some key injuries. Now you are missing your chemistry of the sisters, but give me, and this is not official. But give me Sparks +6. Sparks have been impressing me lately. They have. They beat Chi-Town. It's not saying much, but they flattened Indiana. They've beaten Chi-Town every single time, but they played Chi-Town 3 times. Damn. They got killed by Vegas.
Who doesn't though?
I mean, I know why people are on Mystics tonight. They played well against Las Vegas, played well against Connecticut Sun, beat Minnesota, trounced the Fever, beat the Liberty. But I love fading the public in the WNBA because I swear to God, public bettors in the WNBA are the stupidest people ever. I've been making a killing just fading the public in the WNBA. That game's at 7:00. That is not official. I'm waiting to see the lines. But if I'm going with something right now, I'm going to LA Sparks.
Not gonna lie, dude. When he said his sister was out, that seems that's a scary pick. You know,
Yeah, I know.
The siblings
That's
are
why I'm
both
sitting
out.
on it. I'm sitting on it.
Something seems ominous about that. It seems like a cursed pick. I don't know.
But that is WNBA. I don't want to touch a total tonight. Fuck that. I hate WNBA totals.
Like, I'll just take it up.
But yeah, the line for Chi-Town and Fever, two of the worst offensive teams in the league last night, was like 158. They ended up going like 190. They scored like 95 points in the first half. Like, what the heck? But anyways, that's WNBA. Braxton, we got about 5 minutes left. Enlighten us on some futures. Enlighten us on some odd bets that you've taken.
All right. Well, future that I've been hammering on every single book I own, which is like 6 or 7.
Padres, right?
I did have the Padres plus 1,000 to win the World Series, but that book closed down because Buddy lost too much money, so he had to sell off his book.
Poor guy.
Yeah, and then
it must have been the fellas' books because dude, slaughtering the books out here.
It was the boys.
It was our fault. Sorry.
So that's gone, but I've just been slaughtering the Detroit Lions under 5 wins all year. Just they're the worst team.
Sean's not happy with that one.
They're so bad.
Sean does not agree with that one.
I'm just saying.
Oh, what is good? What do you enjoy about the Lions besides the head coach?
He's high on Jared Goff.
Yeah, I just think Jared Goff is a pretty solid quarterback, and he's not much of a downgrade. He's not as good as Matt Stafford.
He's not as much of a downgrade. I'll give you that. He's definitely not that big of a downgrade.
And maybe next year's not the year. But I thought the trade was solid for them because Matty Stafford was walking anyway. That was a solid trade. Get a decent quarterback who's been to a Super Bowl. I get it. It's the defense. It's Todd Gurley. I get it. But he's been there. He's done his thing. He has more wins than in the last season that the Lions have had in the last 5 years. Let's see it.
Well, I gotta pull up these Jared Goff stats for you real quick.
And to be fair, the NFC North is going to be ferocious this year. It's going to be a tough division. I don't
depends
know
what happens. We don't even know what it's going to be like. It could be Justin Fields and Blake Bortles and who knows what's going on up there.
All right, did you know that Jared Goff in his career has 107 touchdowns and 97 turnovers?
You know, that's almost 50-50.
Hey, at least he's positive.
Mitch Trubisky has better numbers than that. Jameis Winston is right on pace with that. Andy Dalton blows that out of the water.
Hey, I'm high on all those guys.
Yeah, I was like, hang on. I've heard Sean talk about Jameis Winston being really good. I've heard him talk about
Jameis this year.
I've heard him talk about Andy Dalton being very good. All those names that you just said, I've heard Sean talk very highly of it.
Mitch,
hey, you gotta type.
Mitch got run out of town for no reason.
Except for the fact that he can't play football.
No.
He can't throw left. And then once he hurt his little shoulder, he stopped running the ball, which was the only thing he was good at. Buddy, my dad and I had this massive parlay on the wild card weekend this past year. And we just needed the Bears to cover, just to cover this game. And it's 4th and 5, and Trubisky runs out of bounds instead of fighting for 2 extra yards to get them into field goal range. That's when I just wanted to end him right there. I wanted to take him out to the woodshed and tell him to look at the flowers. Just, God damn it.
There's so many people in the NFL that I feel the exact same way about. It's just like, you just need to go somewhere else.
Get.
If I see your face ever again, I'm gonna be very angry.
Oh my God, yeah.
But that is I agree. Detroit Lions under, give me it all year long.
Mm-hmm.
There was another under that, Sean, which one was? Oh, Pittsburgh
Cowboys.
under, give me that shit. Cowboys, give me that shit.
Cowboys, you just whatever means
Cowboys
the
has to
Cowboys
be
are going to
based-
do bad, take that. Because for
Honestly,
some
that
reason,
Cowboys, yeah.
they're always like, yeah, Cowboys, NFC is probably Super Bowl this year. Nothing's changed. Dak hasn't played in a year. A coach doesn't know what he's doing. Everything's the same. But, Super Bowl. They got Zeke. He's only getting fatter and slower.
Zeke is so fat.
Like, what?
This
I
man
get it.
literally
America's
looks like a goddamn
team.
Ewok.
Do you remember the one day I said that I was like, dude, every single article about the NFL, any power ranking, anything will have the Cowboys at some ridiculous spot. And then there was like 3 things that day that mentioned
I was like,
the Cowboys.
no one even cares about the Cowboys. And literally, like, the next 5 articles we read were all about the Cowboys and how good they're going to be this season. I was like, well, never mind then. No, Cowboys are going to be dog shit. Give me the under on them. Give me the under on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
You want the over on Washington football team.
Washington football team, take the over all day long.
Fitzmagic.
Mm-hmm.
He's
It's
coming
magic,
in.
that defense,
Harry,
that defense is
Antonio,
nuts.
Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
God
No,
damn,
Terry.
brother's
all of
nasty.
them.
Terry's scary.
No, and
He's
Fitz is just going to be warming up that arm. He's just going to be launching those bitches.
even if he gets a little, if he's a little Fitz tragic, just drop in the boy.
Right?
It doesn't matter. Hey, every single time he turns the ball over, it's going to be inside the other team's 10 because he's going to launch that bitch 60 yards every time. And then that defense is going to blitz the fuck out of him.
They
Probably
don't
gonna
even.
defense.
They can save a
Hey.
roster spot. Just get rid of their punter, and then
give me the over on Washington football team safety's cause this year. I have no idea if that's actually a bet you can take, but give me it.
dude, I want to see some Taylor Heineke.
I'd have to go find that.
Put some Taylor Heineke. We need
Find me
some
a book.
grit. Need a little
Oh,
bit.
I
of,
love myself some Heineken.
He almost closest thing to beating the Bucks this year
True.
was that man.
I would have been so happy.
True.
Really?
There was this dude who was I bet on the football team to win that game, and this dude chirped the shit out of me for the next like month and a half. Randomly, I'd just be getting like tweets and then just be like, "Hey, at Suck My Take, you fucking idiot loser! The fuck are you doing?
Kill
Disrespecting
yourself."
Tom Brady? Like, dude, what the fuck?"
Yeah, no. Hey, how about that yesterday? Hey, if you missed it on Twitter, yesterday, Suck My Take tweets out, give me a super strong opinion about someone in the upcoming NFL season. He's like, I'll give you my thing. I'm like, Trevor Lawrence will not be a good NFL QB. Holy fuck, did I get put through the ringer for that
Oh,
one?
you had to know it, dude.
Wow.
You're just
Never watched
poking
the
the bear, bro.
I had Twitter fingers coming after me. Some dude who literally has Trevor Lawrence in his profile picture says, wait, and I quote, hang on, I gotta find the tweet. This shit was hysterical.
Dude,
And I immediately was like, wow. Buddy did not like that tweet at
Oh
all.
my God.
Hang on, I gotta
I
find
didn't
it.
even check this. You got more.
Oh yeah, dude, and people actually liked it, so people agreed. All right, here it is. Here. From Real Life Heel 30. I just captioned his thing. I said, Trevor Lawrence will not be a good NFL QB. The first comment I get, how many film sessions have you watched on Trevor Lawrence? ? Actually, how many Clemson games did you watch? ? Let me guess, you watched the semifinal this year and that's it. ... Let's stop making people think their opinions matter without facts. The man asked for a strong opinion. I gave a strong opinion and I got struck the fuck down for it. Woo!
Dude,
I
the
literally-
best part about
I responded, he literally asked for a strong opinion and is a friend of mine. Easy there, Tiger.
the best part about all of that is the fact that he ended it with and no facts to back it up. And Buddy
Yeah, and
didn't
no
drop one
facts. I bet
single
you didn't even
fact.
watch football. I bet you bet on college football and don't
Yeah,
even
he
watch
didn't even
it.
say
Like, yeah,
he
dude,
watched
you're
any
right.
of the film. He's like,
Just said you're an idiot.
This man has been watching Trevor Lawrence film for 4 years and just came at my neck.
Bro, he's got a full-on whiteboard in the back of his room. It's just Trevor Lawrence's every single game.
Every stat since he was 6 years old, he's got it laid out. That's why I didn't even want to be like, well, I mean, if you look at this stat, no, he would have hammered me back with something. I wasn't even.
Trevor Lawrence hasn't lost a regular season game his entire life, you fucking idiot.
But it's like, man, as if going to the Jacksonville Jaguars might just not throw you off for a season. Dang.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, like, you
and
could
that's
be
my thing is like
you could be fantastic, but there's not a lot you can do with
had
those
the
guys.
number one defense, number one offensive line his entire life, and you think he's not going to get a little bit smacked in the mouth when he goes to Jacksonville and his leading tight end blocker is Tim Tebow?
Have you seen his arms, dude?
Tebow, he's
ripped.
he's too strong for his own good. He's got no functional athleticism. He's too big.
Khalil Mack.
He's gonna end Khalil Mack's career, and then he's gonna retire because he's a man of God.
By his neck and just squeeze.
And then,
on another note, though, I'm kind of high on the Jags wide receiving core.
I don't know, man.
ETN's switching to receiver, right? So that's big.
ETN's gonna be like a scat back. He'll be like a little
hybrid guy.
But
he might be an interesting pickup in fantasy this year, actually.
This is Chanel, DJ Chark, James Robinson, Travis Etienne, Keelan Cole, who I've always loved, but he never ended up being anything, so it always kind of made me really sad.
Yeah.
He had this
DJ Chark's actually really good.
Yeah. Chark is.
LaVisca, he's great. And then they just got who did they get in the draft or something? They got one more guy. I can't think of his name right now. But their offense is actually been kind of nice.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like it's a makeshift offense, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, the worst thing is
took like a lot of different random parts, and then like, here, this will work.
But at least they bothered taking parts for the offense. The big thing's gonna
at least they got parts
the
now.
The defense is not a lot.
No.
In terms of people that anyone would know the name of, they don't have much.
Well, it is 12:05.
Yeah, man.
We are past our time. Hey, let's give it up to Suck My Take here today, huh?
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on.
Attaboy, enlightening us with some unbelievable MLB stats.
It was Marvin Jones Jr. they just got.
That's a great pickup. That's a great. I kind of forgot about that one, actually.
Yeah, dude, the receiver core, it's gonna be good. Take some overs.
Take some overs.
They're tight.
No, appreciate you coming on the show, enlightening us with the MLB stats. Appreciate everyone in the chat today. I'm gonna get to everyone. Make sure you message me if you popped in the chat. I'll get you your free week. We'll definitely be crushing the WNBA this week. That's all I know.
Yes, damn right.
Yeah. But thank you for coming on. Thank you for everyone who tuned in. And as always, we'll be back tomorrow, 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Get some merch. Limited.
Yeah, don't forget merch. Don't forget
limited.
Merch.
Brand new. Yeah, see? Suck My Take knows.
We got it on. It's that olive green t-shirt.
Yeah, olive green exclusive.
No, new line is dropping.
Yeah. I'm thinking maybe a little giveaway for the fellas on Fellas Friday.
Fellas Friday giveaway.
What?
Could it happen? Damn.
Maybe.
Oh. All right, fellas. We'll see you tomorrow. Braxton, you got something to say?
I was gonna say, Fellas Friday, you could rip that NBA draft that I was telling you about.
True. Good idea. Sean, he's got a good idea. We'll talk after. It's a good idea. Yeah, we'll have to talk. All right. Appreciate it, everyone. We're out of here.
Thanks for watching, fellas. We'll be back tomorrow.
Bye, fellas. Hit him with it.